Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of JaxParks TV. I'm Pam Roman.
And I'm Garrett Teague. We're happy to have you here with us, but we're a little sad.
That's right. Our director, Kelly Baree, recently accepted another position as Director of State Lands with the state of Florida.
Yeah, we're going to miss her. Good luck, Kelly. But the show must go on, so let's head straight into our first story.
Earlier this month, Mayor Brown joined other city leaders in an announcement about a unique expansion to a local drowning prevention campaign. Let's listen in.
Nobody wants to drown. It's a horrible experience. If y'all didn't feel drowning, I did. Y'all don't want to go through it.
So 16-year-old Charity Stevens learned to swim. This year, she joins Mayor Alvin Brown and other city leaders for a press conference to announce the expansion of Waterproof Jacksonville. Waterproof is a countywide drowning prevention campaign that provides free swim lessons to low-income families. This year, the campaign will double the number of lessons offered from 700 to 1,500. This includes a pilot partnership with Duval County Public Schools to provide swim lessons for all of the students attending summer school at Woodland Acres Elementary.
In order to have this important life skill of learning how to swim is what we need to make sure that all of our children in Jacksonville have. So I am just so proud of the city for joining with Duval County Public Schools. We are definitely proud recipients. As our strategic plan for Duval County Schools states, one of our goals is to develop the whole child. And that's well beyond academics. It's developing these life skills so that they can become successful adults and productive citizens in the city of Jacksonville and the world.
Attorney Wayne Hogan of Terrell Hogan Law Firm donated $15,000 to this year's Waterproof campaign. It's enough to cover the cost of the lessons for Woodland Acres, plus provide 150 scholarships for dependents of active duty military.
The idea that children die because they don't know how to swim when it's a preventable thing, and when the numbers are as large as they are in Florida having the highest death rate among youngsters as a result of not knowing how to swim, we wanted to bring it home to Jacksonville and say, no, in Jacksonville, we're going to make a difference. And when the mayor said, maybe we can bring together the whole community to help provide the lessons so that we can say, we didn't have a child die this year because they didn't know how to swim.
It feels really good to have partners to teach 1,500 kids to swim. That means 1,500 lives that we'll save, and then they'll spread out and reach out to their friends and family. I think it's very, very good. It talks about the public-private partnership, the power to partner with organizations who believe an opportunity for so many kids who can't afford to pay to learn how to swim.
Safe Kids Northeast Florida has partnered with the city for several years now on water safety campaigns, and it was the first organization the city turned to when it began its development of Waterproof.
What's exciting to me is how much this has grown. When the mayor stepped in and took the lead and we became a partner, and along with other partners, there's just so many more people involved, so many more kids are getting trained to swim. So it's just a much bigger deal, having a much bigger impact, but we're really happy to be a part of it.
Florida leads the nation in drowning deaths for kids ages 1 to 4 and is second in the nation in drowning deaths for youth ages 14 and under. In Duval County, from 2010 to 2012, 44 deaths occurred due to accidental drowning. Waterproof Jacksonville is on a mission to change that, and since the campaign began 3 years ago, its partners continue to be the momentum behind its success. Each year, the number of lessons offered has more than doubled the previous year. With expectations high for this summer and the pilot project with Duval County Schools, we ask Waterproof supporters to share their visions for next summer's campaign.
I just think that Waterproof Jacksonville is so important to making a difference that, this year we hope to double the number of children who are getting lessons. And if we continue to show success, then the next year perhaps we can double it again, and we'll have more and more who are saved from the terrible consequences of not knowing how to swim.
Swim agencies partnering in the Waterproof campaign this year include the YMCA of Florida's First Coast, Flying Fish Swim Team, Carrie Wick Swimming, Mandarin Aquatic Club, Safety First Swim, School of Swimming, Southside Athletic Club, Swimming Safari Swim School, and JaxParks. Sigma Gamma Rho is partnering with USA Swimming to host a water safety workshop, and Safe Kids Northeast Florida, Jacksonville's Police Athletic League, the Florida Swimming Pool Association, Firehouse Subs Foundation, and Garner Pools have all joined Wayne Hogan in providing funding support. For more information about Waterproof Jacksonville, visit online at JaxParks.com and select the link for Waterproof.
It spins, it flies, it floats through the air, and it's one sport skyrocketing in popularity and landing here in the River City.
People come to Jacksonville for the beautiful beaches, the gorgeous St. Johns River, and disc golf? That's right. This emerging alternative sport, which uses a set of discs instead of clubs, has been growing in our parks, and one course in particular is garnering attention from all over. Recently, a crowd gathered at the disc golf course at Ed Austin Park for one of the biggest tournaments in Florida, the Jacksonville Open. This annual tournament has been getting bigger each year and attracts some of the best players in the world from the Professional Disc Golfers Association.
Well, the tournament draws people from all over the country, whether it's North Carolina, New York, Midwest, out west, California, Arizona. These players come all over the country to compete in this tournament.
The course, I've loved it. I've come here probably the last 10, 12 years I've been coming here, and I wouldn't miss it for anything.
The tournament has grown tremendously. The first Jacksonville Open was about 90 players, and it took several months of registration to fill it up. Each year it fills faster and faster and faster. This year, when registration opened up online, it was full in 24 hours. So everybody wants to come to this tournament because it's the biggest tournament in Florida.
This is the 9th year they've held the Open, and this year's tournament featured 120 players competing for $20,000 in cash and prizes, as well as raised over $2,000 for local charities. But even if you're not a professional or play in tournaments, there's still plenty of reasons why you should experience disc golf in Jacksonville.
It's a sport that's obviously not as expensive, so you tend to be able to play more disc golf than you could regular traditional ball golf. Tee times are a lot easier. You can come on the course, you can get in a round or two and not have to wait.
You don't have to pay any entry fee like a greens fee usually on most courses to come out and play disc golf. It's very interactive with the family. It's just great to be outdoors and to have fun with your family.
So grab a disc and come on out. For more information about the sport, go to rcdga.com and find a course near you at JaxParks.com.
Welcome back to JaxParks TV. Okay, folks, it is the $1 million question. What do you do with your old tires?
Well, the city came up with a creative way to clean up Jacksonville and put some cash in people's pockets.
Recently, cars lined the streets around Everbank Field for something other than sports. They were there to participate in the Tire and Sign Buyback event. This event is part of the city's move to eliminate blight in our communities. It's the result of a collaboration between the City of Jacksonville and the City Council Ad Hoc Committee on Neighborhood Blight, chaired by Councilmember Denise Lee. Residents were asked to bring in old tires and illegal signs for a cash reward of $2 per tire and 50 cents per sign. City leaders see it as an efficient way to keep the city clean and to get citizens involved in the process.
We're trying to clean up blight in the city, and either I pay city employees to go pick those up, or I offer a reward to have citizens pick them up and bring them in. They can make a little bit of cash while they're helping to clean up their community.
We got to keep our city beautiful and clean, and this is one way to doing that, work with everybody to get it done.
Event sponsors and volunteers were busy throughout the day collecting 23,000 tires and 6,000 signs, making this a win-win for the city of Jacksonville and its residents.
I thought it was a good idea because, clean up the community. You're tired of seeing tires over on the road and just, in lots and people's backyards. So I thought it was a good thing to do.
For more information on the Urban Blight Initiative, go to coj.net.
Thanks for sticking with us. Now it's time to relive history.
That's right, with a shipwreck, jam bands, and the fashions of the time, all in the heart of modern-day Mandarin.
Our mission here in Mandarin really is to keep history alive and to preserve the heritage of Mandarin. And when we realized that April 1st, 2014 was the 150th anniversary since the Maple Leaf was sunk right here at Mandarin Point, we knew we had to do a 150th anniversary celebration.
That's Sandy Arpin with the Mandarin Historical Society, talking about the Mandarin Museum's newest exhibit about one extraordinary Civil War shipwreck, the Maple Leaf.
Maple Leaf is a Canadian steamship that was participating as a troop transport during the American Civil War, and On April 1st, 1864, she was directly off Mandarin Point, heading toward Jacksonville downstream, and struck an explosive instrument of war which imploded a hole in the ship, and she sank onto the soft, muddy bottom.
And the Maple Leaf may never have been found had it not been for the relentless dedication and work of Dr. Holland and his team.
I had the idea that it still existed. I looked for it, found it, sued the United States of America for permission, settled out of court, and then actually built a diving company and conservatory. And we recovered about 4,000 or 5,000 items, a ton of material, of cultural material that was perfectly preserved and represents the complete cargo of an entire brigade.
And all that work was rewarded by the Historical Society with a great event including an old-time jam band, reenactors from the Union and Confederate side, and ladies in hoop skirts demonstrating the life of an 1860s lady. Now, many of the Maple Leaf artifacts will be on display throughout the year in the Mandarin Museum, adding to an already impressive resume for this Jacksonville park.
And so we have historic structures that can be seen, and the park is just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. People come here and feel like they're in another country other than Jacksonville because it's so peaceful and beautiful, and people come here to relax.
So, go see for yourself what Walter Jones Park is all about. To find more information on the park and museum hours, go to mandarinmuseum.net.
Well, we're continuing our monthly series, Jacksonville's Black History, A Legacy of Giving. Today we introduce you to one man known for giving a helping hand.
And he was a teacher, he was a mentor, he was a coach. When people had something that they wanted to discuss or anything was wrong with the community, drainage, streets or whatever, they always came to him.
Daddy was like the strongest man I knew because like whatever problems we had, he could fix it.
Rosa Jones Carter and Henry Jones Jr. are describing their father, Henry Jones Sr., a third-generation contractor and advocate for his beloved Pine Forest neighborhood. This community center bears his name, a small recognition for a man known for helping neighbors build homes and find jobs, and for making sure kids in the neighborhood had what they needed to succeed.
He would go to work 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, get off 4:30, 5 o'clock, come straight to the park. And he get out there like he just got out of bed.
I think about all the things that he stood for, all the things that he achieved. And like I said, when I see some of the kids that are now adults that came through this center that have told me, you know, if I didn't have this center, if I didn't have your father encouraging me, I could have took a turn for something that might have wasn't in my best interest.
Henry Jr. shares his father's message for today's youth.
Refer to get your education, don't never give up. Don't never give up, and it's always something out there better for you. I don't care what you think you've been through, what your family have been through, you can be anything you want to be.
That's it for this episode of JaxParks TV. Thanks for watching.
And please stay connected with us. How do we count the ways? There is Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, and Google+.
And on top of that, you have JaxParks.com and JaxParksTV.com.
So we will see you back here next time, and until then, we'll see you in the parks. She counted you down.
She did count me down, but I wasn't ready, so I started counting myself down. Then she joined the countdown, and it was just too much. 3, 2. Come on. Stop. No, I will not. 3, 2. Thanks for sticking with us. Now it's time.